Moab is an essential stop for any southern Utah road trip. Gorgeous hiking trails sit minutes from the heart of town, there's some really good food, and you've got Canyonlands and arches sitting just outside of town. We have spent more than a month exploring Moab. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you a few of our favorite stops, so you can check them out while you're in Moab. Moab is one of southern Utah's most well-known adventure towns, but that wasn't always the case. In the 1950s, Moab flourished as the result of a massive mining boom. Prospectors, mining companies, and agencies built roads to access remote areas. Nowadays, mining is an afterthought, but many of the roads and trails built by the mining companies remain, and people use them for all kinds of adventures, from hiking to off-roading. Combine that with Moab's natural beauty and you've got a recipe for success. One example sits just outside of town. The Grandstaff Trail is only 10 minutes from downtown Moab. The trail is pretty easy. It follows the salt wash through a canyon. This means you'll have the relaxing sound of flowing water for most of the hike. There are a couple small sections where you'll have to watch your footing or you might fall in the wash. And you'll actually have to hike in the water a couple times. But it wasn't deep, although it was slick, so take it slow. After a couple miles, you'll reach a viewpoint for morning glory. You can stop there or hike another half mile to the base of the bridge. Morning Glory Natural Bridge is the 6th longest natural bridge in the world, so it's a more than worthy destination. One of my favorite things about Moab is that the Colorado River flows right through the heart of town. It makes for some nice scenery, but it was muddy on this particular trip, which kinda killed the vibes. High above the Colorado River to the west of Moab, you can find Dead Horse Point State Park. This is a gorgeous state park with amazing views of Potash Road and the White Rim, but it's a little bit of a drive. It's 40 minutes from Moab, but it's also just 10 minutes from the entrance to the Island in the Sky district of Canyonlands, so you can explore both of them in the same day. Dead Horse Point is a great park, and you can explore it in a single day. The park has a nice visitor center with potable water access. That's rare in this area, so take advantage of it. There are a few overlooks and a couple campgrounds. And if you stay here, you'll have quick access to Island in the Sky. The park also has a couple nice, somewhat paved trails that follow the rim, with great views of Buttes, the Colorado River, and the La Salle Mountains. Most people don't consider the fact that Moab is also a good base camp to explore southeast Utah. We set up shop in Moab for a month on this trip. This let us take a couple small road trips into southeast Utah. We explored little towns and landmarks like the Moki Dugway, Valley of the Gods, Natural Bridges National Monument, and so much more. Most of southeast Utah is managed by the BLM. So dispersed camping is always readily available. We liked camping in Bears Ears National Monument, then exploring little trails and ruins in the area. My favorite part about southeast Utah was the lack of people. A lot of places in this area feel untouched. You'll see people, but they're relatively spread out, which allows you to enjoy many of these landmarks in peace. One of my favorite things about Moab was the food, which seems to be a theme when we go places. Moab has a ton of restaurants, and as always, we tried most of them, but these were our favorites. For breakfast, Love Muffin had delicious muffins and coffee. There was a big line, so get there early. For dessert, it's a tie. La Michoacana Artisan was a literal hole-in-the-wall joint, but their desserts were spot on. Their ice cream and shakes were good, but the croffles stole the show. These were croissant waffles topped with fruit and whipped cream. For a higher class dessert, check out Bonjour Bakery. The cheesecake and pastries were amazing. For lunch, Doughbird has delicious chicken sandwiches. This was the best chicken sandwich I had in Utah. They also make amazing donuts, but be warned, they are big. Tasty, but big. For dinner, we liked the Sultan Mediterranean Grill. This restaurant looks a little cheesy from the outside, but their kebabs were cooked to perfection, so it's definitely a good stop. On the north side of Moab, you can find Potash Road. This road follows the Colorado River while it passes massive red rock cliffs. The scenery is great, but Potash Road will also give you access to several campgrounds and trails, including the Corona Arch Trail. Corona Arch is a local favorite. and it's a relatively short hike with a 2.5 mile round trip. It has a decent amount of elevation gain, but overall the trail is pretty straightforward. The trail is dog friendly, but there is a ladder, so you might think twice about it. There isn't a lot of scenery at the beginning of the trail, but the landscape opens up to views of cliffs and canyons. Towards the end of the trail, you'll see Bowtie Arch. This is a pothole arch that sits on the north side of the trail. It's a nice, quick stop, but you'll see Corona Arch just up the trail, and that's the main attraction. At 105 feet tall, it's an impressive sight. Of course, if you're in Moab, you might be looking to explore Arches and Canyonlands. And to be clear, both of them are great destinations. So I made episodes for each park to help you understand the basics. You can watch Arches here, and you can watch Canyonlands here.